Thanks for joining us today. My name is Doug Crow. Probably be really helpful if you, up to you, of course, but go in the mode on the view screen where you're looking just at me or the screen share versus all these beautiful people here. It'll make it more focused for you and help you out with going through what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen and showing you what we're talking about here today. We're talking about basically taking an idea to $250,000. That would be $250,000 annually if you do exactly what we're going to talk about today. And to showcase that, I'm going to go through real briefly what that means. What that means is we're not going to do a whole testimonial thing. I'm not going to blah, blah, blah and sell you anything. I'm going to show you exactly what we do and how we do it and how effective it is when you actually don't write a book, but you focus on reverse engineering it and creating all your assets first. And we're going to do this live for you guys right now on this event. We're going to create a title cover. We're going to hopefully work out a way to pre-sell this book to over 100,000 readers and built a multimedia platform and much more. At the very end, I've got a TEDx Talk blueprint just for you. So to begin with, I'm going to feature our guest today. Our guest is a gentleman here by the name of Tony. Not Tony, wrong one. Charlie. Tony's our backup. Charlie Wessel. How are you doing, Charlie?
Doing great, Doug. Doing good, man. Beautiful day here in Charleston.
All right. You keep your microphone on. We're going to mute everybody else. So, Jen, if you go and mute all the other people while Charlie and I are talking, that'd be really helpful. Get going. All right. So, Charlie, you volunteered to be in the hot seat today. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, man.
This is designed to help somebody create an ebook, not a full-size book, but an ebook, and make the actual ebook sellable and marketable to a large group of people. So, for the audience's sake, tell us a little bit about what you do.
We own a private equity firm here in Charleston, South Carolina. We have investors from across the country. We raise capital from investors to deploy into alternative assets,
Right.
which is apartment complexes, storage units. We have a fund coming up here soon that deals in short-term rentals.
Okay.
So anything, outside of the big casino we call the stock market.
Got it. Okay. So you guys are looking for money or properties or both?
Just money. We bring the capital to the deal. I have great relationships with a lot of guys in the industry that bring us deals every day, and I turn them down. And we just hand select. We cherry pick a few.
Okay.
To bring the investor capital to.
Terrific. Okay. So in terms of raising capital, how are you getting capital now? What are you doing to get people to put money in your fund?
We have a decent size investor base list.
Yeah.
But we really have to grow that. Sorry, man, I'm cutting my phone off. We got to grow that somehow. We've been doing LinkedIn direct message campaigns. It's spammy and I just don't like it.
Right.
I don't want to be that guy, ever. We're not begging people for money here.
Right.
We have great opportunities. It just is something that a lot of, middle class or what have you just don't even know about opportunities that are out there. They just are unaware. And
that's one thing I know from talking to you previously is that there's a large it's like there's the lords and the serfs of investment, right? There's the guys who have the hedge funds, the family offices with hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. Then there's everyone else who's investing their 10, 50, 100K in a 401k or mutual fund. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you a couple of hard questions. This is important for your book that we're going to create for you right now, is that when it comes to investing in things, there's a lot of noise out there. What's unique about what you do?
There's a lot of noise out there, but it's surprising to me to talk to guys that are considered accredited investors,
right,
just by definition from the the government. They don't know about opportunities like this.
Right.
They don't know about opportunities that they can, how the wealthy really invest and how they always have invested. And they taught their kids and, you know, their children how to invest. And, you know, we're just led like sheep, man, to the slaughter saying, hey, this is what you have to do. You know, you have to put money in this 401k because you're going to save on taxes. You know, it's, you know, your IRA or whatever. And, you know, just go through the regular motions of everything that was set up by the federal government. So if you haven't noticed, I'm not a huge fan of the federal government.
That's okay. You got company.
Anyway, yeah. So, you know, it's just like, they've just been led to believe this is what you do. You know, you have to go to Edward Jones or, you know, one of these other outfits that they're going to invest your money for you in this little mutual fund. And that's just what you're going to get.
Right. When people are talking to you about this from a very junior standpoint, they're just starting out. What are some of their biggest fears? Why are they hesitant to invest in your fund?
Because they're not aware of investment opportunities like this, and they just don't know. I mean, you know, people are scared of it because it's not what's being pumped out into the main media.
Right.
You know, it's not a regular investment option from their quote unquote financial advisor.
Yeah. Okay. So fear is a big part of it. I know from my personal foray into investing, there's a lot of, you know, people are hesitant to do things because, you know, what if I lose? That's one of the key tenets of investing. First, don't lose money, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Second rule is don't forget rule number 1.
That's right. Okay. So, but in addition to not
recording in progress.
They got hello. There's a feedback now. Someone's on the okay. Tell us about their fear. What do people say to you when they're afraid to do something? Do they have like stress? Are they anxious? Are they worried about themselves or family? Describe their fear a little bit.
No, it's money that they've been working for their whole lives. You know, they've been saving this money their whole lives. I mean, you'd be surprised at how many good old boys we have that are, you know, out there on they're linemen.
Right.
They got $1.5 million in their, you know, in their retirement by the time they're 50 years old, 50, you know. So, yeah, what was the question again?
I'm trying to get some keywords to create this title for you. I want to use the words. It's important when you're drafting a title. Right? Because people sometimes think, oh, I want a cutesy title, or I want something clever, or I want something that's just going to tell them what they're going to get. A lot of times there's basically 2 motivators. There's fear and greed. Like, hey, how to make $1 million in 30 days, right? That's, you know, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Or like, hey, you're gonna die soon, so you better get this life insurance, right? Either of those things are fear and greed. So we want to tailor and cater to your audience, number one, which is somebody that has some means. We're not talking to a person who doesn't have, you know, 2 weeks of savings, right? We want to talk to people who got some money saved, they want to invest it. So those people, the accredited investors, people like, they still have fears or stress or anxiety about investing, right?
Right. And I talk to people all the time about, you know, not just herd investing. I mean, it's like, you know, going with the flow of what the government tells you, we're going to give you this tax break, when actually we can beat the brakes off of that tax break you're getting from your 401k fairly easily.
Okay.
You know, so fear of, you know, we got to get the education out there to the people. And we try to do that on Facebook and LinkedIn, and you know, we make posts daily. You know, Mafi does a great job of that. I'm not a huge fan of social media, but I get on there when I have to.
We're very similar.
Respond to people. Yeah.
So I'm writing some words down here in a notepad. I'm gonna get to my team here in about 2 minutes. We're gonna work on your title and cover, and we're gonna show that to everybody on this call in the next few minutes. All right. So I've written down the words lack of knowledge being the fear part, fearless being the strength part, or stress-free, which kind of combines the 2 yin and yangs on here, right? It's like, hey, I don't want to live in fear. I want to live in abundance, but I want to be stupid with my money either. So I'm leaning towards be fearless or stress-free.
Because you are owning, it is like owning real estate.
Yeah.
Because you do. Well, all of our investors own the real estate, but it's passive. So they're not, having to worry about, a HVAC unit going out in their rental house.
Right.
I mean, when we buy an apartment complex, it's 100 plus units.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have 300 and something units. And, if I hear about HVAC going bad in that thing, something's going really wrong.
Yeah. So to be clear, we're not talking about the guy flipping houses or pulling a hammer or having to do with tenants. This is absolutely passive investing.
Passive, economies of scale. We go big. It's, very safe. It's very safe, but it's brick and mortar investing.
All right. So keep in mind, folks, those who are listening to this, I'm asking these questions. And while I'm doing that, I've got a team of 5 people right now who are taking notes, who are crafting Charlie's book cover and his title and building a website for you. Just so you know, it might seem like we're just having a conversation, and we are, but it has intent. These questions are very, very specific. And I'm still writing my own notes, the title. I'm going to give it my title now, my title idea to my designer. Okay. And I keep thinking about, gosh, worrying, investing, stress-free. What do you think about this title? Worry-free, no, stress-free investing, wealth without worry. How's that feel?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
How about adding, not just wealth without worry sounds a little salesy. How about Chris is writing The Easy Way to Real Estate Riches? That sounds a little salesy. I don't like it, Chris.
Yeah, there's just there's a bunch of books out there about this type of stuff. Right. And I'm the guy that, I don't work on Fridays. I play golf.
I know.
I hunt. I fish. I have 3 kids. We live in Charleston. We're very conservative, Bible thumping, gun owning, Southern guys that, we like to play with boy toys.
Nice. Okay. So there's a lot of books out there. How about this? I got it. Let me just write this down real quick. Stress-free investing, the ultimate guide to, wealth without worry. I still like that. Wealth without worry. That's it. How's that feel to you?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, we're going to I'm going to use that to get started. Obviously, folks, if you're doing a book, you can do it in 13 minutes like this. You can take a week or a month to do it. We're just giving this as an example of getting those questions out. And to some person's point, I'm asking general questions to get a general feel for this. And we just narrow it down into the key drivers of what makes a person want to stop and touch that cover and open that book up and buy it. So I'm going to go with stress-free investing, the ultimate guide to wealth without worry. All right. So this is my direction to my team right now. I've got a graphic designer on staff, Jay Tolentino. Get going. That's it. Stress-free investing, the ultimate guide to wealth without worry. Give me 2 or 3 different examples of that, Jay, just to cover. You got Charlie's information here for the author. Yumi, I need a press release based on this idea, right? We're going to have a best-selling book coming out next week. And then in terms of the actual book itself, Gretchen and you and I right now, Charlie, are going to walk through some ideas for your table of contents, okay? Because we've got to actually lay out what would work. And some of the things that I know as a real estate investor or as a credit investor is there's different things there. There's, people have to compare what you're, because you said that lack of knowledge, right? So there's like, well, I can see a mutual fund. My CFP says this, but a multi-unit building, how do I do that? So teaching people the value of multi-unit apartment buildings, common mistakes they might make. I don't know if you want to get into like real estate investment trusts at all or not, but your money is pooled, right?
Right. Yeah. It's through syndication.
Okay.
Yeah, syndication, or like I said, we're going to start a fund here for the single family or the short-term rentals.
Okay.
That we're going to be involved in.
Yep. Yeah. In terms of messages, I'm going to have you check on those. Okay, Jen?
Yeah, Dr. Curtis had redneck investing, building wealth while playing golf. Let's go.
Dr. Curtis is a cut up. His book's coming out pretty soon. It's going to have a very
it.
hilarious title. I'll tell you that. Let me my scratch pad out here and start writing out some ideas for the table of contents. And then I'm going to have our chief writer format these and start writing on them. And obviously she's going to use a little bit of automation with it as well. But at the end of the day, she is going to create the guts of it here. Don't lose my, you love swearing, Dr. Breville. I don't know. Are you angry, Curtis? No, you're not angry. I'm just joking. Sorry.
It just attracts people.
It does.
It does. Draw. People see that in an airport, and
yeah,
you know what? I go to the ones with the asterisks on them, and they just draw attention.
Yeah, I know it, man. I know it. My guys at church wouldn't like it, but I'd still draw. I'm the sipping saint, brother. I'm the sipping saint. We still drink beer out of the can.
Holly Cohen likes a redneck one. Okay, well, you know what? You can always do a blog post now. We're going to create an ebook right now with you. So, okay, Gretchen's given me, boy, huge table of contents here. But we can break these out, Gretchen, and write some songs. I'm going to put it in chat so everyone can see what we came up with to get started. We've got obviously introduction, talk about risk, opportunities, goal setting. That's great. Real estate versus stocks. Beautiful. And then of course, okay, this is great. I'm gonna put it in chat so people see what we came up with. These are very basic things, and that's okay, because inside your book, you can position yourself as a unique person. I've got some unique things inside there that you can actually go, hey, this is specific to Cordell Capital. So we've got real estate versus stocks, common mistakes. That's a great one. Defining passive income, defining what a REIT is, apartment buildings, etc. Oh, yeah, not following the herd. I think that's a good part too. Not following the herd, middle class doesn't know. So make sure when we write this book up, we drop in the herd mentality of real estate versus stocks. That's a great point, Holly, that it's not just real estate versus stocks, it's how do we get there, which is a key component of what you're talking about, Charlie, is, you're not wrong, or your stockbroker isn't mean to you. He just doesn't know any better, because all he has is his list of things. He doesn't have Charlie's real estate stuff. I like that.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yumi has created a press release already for us. Jing, jing. Let's take a look at that. And let me download that real quick here and take a look at it. Yumi, thank you. Great job. Nice. Okay. You know what? I'm going to load this. I'm going to type on 2 sentences here just to beef it up a little bit. I'm going to load this press release into in my press release channel. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Second there. Okay. Great. Jay, how's it going on covers? Do you have a sample cover for us yet? I think I saw something in the Slack channel here. Let me open that up real quick. And what we're going to do, folks, we're going to take some cover ideas and we're going to vote on them. All right, we got some covers here coming up. Thank you very much, Jay. Let me open it up. Excuse the dead silence here, but this is work in motion. This isn't just your typical webinar. Okay, what do we got here? Nice. All those, open these up and open. Okay. I love these, Jay. Okay, guys, this is so impressive. Hold on a second. I can't believe you did this. Hold on. I have 2 samples here. That's number 1. Okay, I'm going to show this to the audience. And you guys, we are going to vote on these 2 covers, okay? Let me share these. These look great, by the way. I love them. Here we have 2 different covers. Okay, my designers come up with my title, Stress-Free Investing, the Ultimate Guide to Wealth Without Worry. And this is like a black and red font, which kind of mirrors your logo there, Charlie. You like that?
Yeah. Like
You could be a best-selling author before you know it. And obviously it's chosen navy blue because these colors mean something, right? If you ever study the psychology of colors, you know that, royal blue in the very name itself, it's royal, it's solid. And of course, black is very authoritative. It's a very solid, there's no gray area, although this is a little bit muddy. I might make it a little brighter white, Jay. But the red and black is solid. The blue and white is very solid.
I like the blue one better.
You like the blue and white? Well, you get 2 votes, Charlie, because it's going to be your book. But now I want to open up the chat for everyone to vote on the cover that they like. And I'd like to see what people vote on here, and we'll add them up.
Can you put them side to side?
I think so, somehow. Let's see how I do that. Let me close this one. I'll do it my old-fashioned way. Hold on a second. It's a good idea. Okay. Let me do it this way, and I'll just put it, and I'll share my screen. It'll be easier. Oh, oh my gosh, we've already, I love you guys. I have the best team in the world. You're never allowed to like steal them from me, but they're already built the Audible cover for you. For the Audible version. Let me show these 2 covers for you, Charlie, and side-by-side comparison. 1 second. Let me get my zoom up here and show side-by-side. And you should go right here. Okay. Side by side, we've got the blue one. These are the ACX for the Audible version, and the gray version. You have a preference there. Let's vote. Let me close my here. All right, meeting chat, but you can see this too. Don't worry about that. Let me just slide these over so we can see everything. All right. We have, who's going to add these up for me? Yumi, you're probably busy. Let me add them up. Red and black, red, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. Oh my God. These are very nice people on the call. This is amazing. All right. Let me count whites real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When you say red and black, Hema, that's the white one, right? When people say red, let's call this like, yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Wow, a lot of votes here. We should have done a Zoom poll. I think that would be a little easier. I don't know if I can do that real fast on the fly. Let's see if we can do that. Can you do a poll?
I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying to figure
Here
it
it
out.
is. Polls and quizzes. Get a quiz.
Okay, good.
All right.
I'm just taking notes of them.
Okay, we've got cover. Choice 1 is the blue one. Oops. And this will be the white red. Okay. We now have a poll in Zoom. Should have done that earlier. Apologize for that. Let's go ahead and vote. So in Zoom, you can take a look down there, and there's a thing that says polls in your tray. Click on that real quick, and we're going to pick a cover for Charlie. And I'll just back this up with a little manual look here as well. Yeah, good point. It didn't take him 5 seconds. He worked on it for a few minutes while we were talking there, Curtis. But we could definitely have more options on there. Karma, the poll is down at the bottom of our tray. It should be on polls and quizzes. I have to launch the poll. Thank you for your help on that. I thought I did. I know I did. Because I say it right here. Poll. Launch. You're right. Sorry. Okay. I got to launch the poll. Okay. Thank you very much. Doesn't show on iPad. All right. Look at these people run. Oh my gosh. This is so much faster. Check this out. Woo! Jen likes the red one. I like the blue one. It's going to be a close race. Anyone else? 55, 40. Oh my God. Charlie, you're going to get a deciding vote on this. 51-49. Marie's putting in blue. Blue's take. This is like watching a horse race. I love this. And blue's in the corner and coming up on red. All right, what do we got here? Anybody else? Last chance to vote. Last chance to vote. We'll close it out at 40 seconds, 45, 50 seconds. All right. 83% vote. That's pretty good. Thank you for your participation, everybody. I really appreciate that. We're going to go with blue. Blue is a solid winner. on that.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, mine was great.
Everybody mute. Stop it. Charlie, you can always change this later, but we're going to go with the audience. And here's why. Even though Charlie had 2 votes, 55 to 45, it's pretty close, right? It doesn't really matter. Either one is going to work. But the reason we do the voting is because imagine if these were all your potential buyers. I'm not sure how many credit investors we have in this call, but gosh, if they voted on a cover, that means they liked it or resonated with them emotionally for a split second. So that's really important to understand when you're thinking of a cover and hiring a designer and going through this process. You might love something. I have a quick story for you. I did a book for a doctor at a large clinic in California, and she had I interviewed her like I interviewed Charlie. And what do people say when they come to you? So, well, I have so many people coming to me asking for a second opinion because their primary cancer doctor would tell them to get their affairs in order. Get your affairs in order. You're not going to make it. And they come to her for a second opinion. She said, well, no one can tell you when you're going to die. So we're going to treat you like you're going to live. And so she would talk to people like that. And so my title idea for her was brilliant. I thought it was clever. It was Convert Your Death Sentence to Life. So it was a double entendre about death and prison. And it was a beautiful title with a cool cover image of, breaking free from the shackles of cancer and living longer. Her staff had another opinion. Their opinion was, I think we like the title, You or Someone You Know is Going to Get Cancer. Wow. Big difference, right? But I was humble enough not to fall in love with my title and cover and do a poll. And guess what happened? 50-50, right down the middle. Her title, my title. I'm like, forget it. Forget being clever, Doug. Go with what people are thinking and feeling. And that's what worked for her. So, Charlie, we're going to go with this for now just to get this book done for you. And then we're going to move on to the next section here. So we've created a press release. It's been uploaded into Newswire. I'll show you real quickly what that looks like. This is just a preview because they take time to actually, publish it and syndicate it. But I did a quick image thing here for you. My team did. And we created this, it's on Newswire. It'll be a press release that goes out launching your best-selling book. So we don't publish this until your book goes out next week. But it's a picture of you about what you talked about here. About playing the big boys in real estate, and you talk about the government ingrained us for generations, must follow the herd. So we get the herd thing in there you asked about. And obviously got Cordell Capital down here. When this press release goes out, it will go out to over 100 different news channels all over the United States. Okay. And that's just one thing that we do for our authors when they get their books done. As you know, there's millions and millions and millions of books. So in order to get yours to stand out, you've got to do a lot to make sure you're not lost in the ocean of noise out there. I've read there's anywhere from 1 to 2 million new titles every single year. That's in addition to the billions that are already out there. There's no way you're going to stand out unless you lead with something that's interesting, unusual, and effective. Let me check messages real quick. Okay. So we got a cover done. Jay, I'd like you to make a bunch of social graphics for this so we can post it on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, some social media memes, to create a bunch of other images based on the blue cover. And let's take a look at those as we take a look at and check in with Gretchen on how the book is coming along. Because obviously we had a table of contents she created, and she's using some automation to help her out with that, but it still takes her brain to go in there and write some of the key points here. So Gretchen, just a quick thumbs up, or if you want to say hello on how the book is coming along and how much longer it'll take you to craft that. She's busy typing away, I'm sure.
Hey, coincidentally, I am just finished, so I'm sending you the PDF
right.
right now, Doug.
Nice, I love it. All right, send it to me. While you're sending it to me, I want to check in with Ken on the website, because while I've been talking, Ken and Yumi have been taking some of the notes from Charlie and myself in the conversation and drafting a website specific to your book. So Ken, how are we coming on the website? Do you need you need images from Jay on that, some of the 3D image of the books. Ken, do you have the 3D images yet from Jay on the book cover? I know it takes them a few minutes to render those. So you can chime in there, Ken, and Gretchen, you can just once the book is formatted, go ahead and drop it in chat so everyone can see it. Oh no, wait, we want to have them get it on Amazon next week. If you all promise me that we'll make it free for the first week, okay? You'll be a free Kindle book, but if you could drop in the PDF version for people, Gretchen, and hold back on the Kindle version to publish that next week for Charlie, that'd be awesome. Ken, what do you got? How's it coming with the did you get the images from Jay yet?
Yeah, I already have it.
Okay. How is the website coming along?
Well, I think I can show it to you now.
You think so or you know so?
Eh,
That's okay, man. Go ahead and thank you, Gretchen. While you're looking at just double check it, Ken. Just make sure it's to your liking. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the book that Gretchen wrote. And then I'm going to share it with the audience here on my share screen. And we'll take a look at this thing.
Doug, I gotta have you on. We have a big mastermind group, man.
Yeah.
I gotta have a mastermind group because you're kind of blowing my mind right now.
Oh, it's gonna get even more blown because I'm saving the best for the end, Charlie. Yumi's been working in the background on developing your audience for you. And she gave me a little hint of it a little bit ago in a private chat. I'm going to show you something after we look at the book. Okay. So, yeah, this is an ebook now. This is not a full-size book by any means. It's 30 pages long.
Right.
Full-size book require a lot more work on them. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Look at that. So we got those interesting things here. Great. We talked about the alternative stuff, passive, private equity, of course, the Cordell Capital Way. Beautiful. If you're wondering why there's blank pages on this, folks, it's a formatting thing for publishing. You want to always start on the same side when you're opening a book up. This is just so, in case you're wondering. So it's perfectly formatted with this beautiful thing here that, they make the first letter big and all that. And great stuff. We were citing Wall Street Journal or YouTube investment channels. In the future, we might hyperlink those to an article or YouTube in Charlie's YouTube channel. I know he's got a podcast as well.
I don't yet. I'm going to start one here in the next few weeks.
Wow, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were on mine a few months ago, I know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, traditional investment opportunities, beautiful. Risk and risk 101, that's great. And obviously mentioning numbers is important, but we all know, or at least we know, as a publisher, that you can't promise any returns, okay? It's SEC violation, jail time for Charlie. So I'm hoping, Gretchen, if we're not going to publish this yet, there's no promises of any return. That's not allowed. We have talking generalities and education when you're publishing things about money. This is great stuff.
Correct.
Alternative investments, we know about that. Real estate, great. Well, yeah, great. Always reference the popular culture stuff. That's great. Some other options this is great, Gretchen, because you've led them from what's pretty standard here, right? We should buy your home, maybe a small rental property. People are making money at Airbnb, working our way up to the big boys here. So it's a natural progression for people to do it. I'm quoting things in oh my gosh, great data from Urban Lands Institute. I didn't know about this matchup. I'd never heard of them. Good stuff. And of course, the big one, comparing to what they're, right? Nicely done, Gretchen. Very good stuff. And look at it. We actually pulled the words off your fear-based herd investing. Yes. Hello, Bernie Madoff people. It's not a good idea. Beautiful. So anyway, so this is the book, the PDF. You guys can have that. I'm gonna guess, but I'm not gonna say. If we haven't checked for typos yet, it's okay. We would spend an extra day or two doing a machine and a manual proofing on a typical book. for the purposes of this webinar, I want to just get it all done to show you guys and get it out there. Okay. All right. So we've got a book cover. Beautiful stuff. We've got a book. Beautiful stuff. We've got a press release that's queued up and ready to go. I'm going to wrap up with a couple other things here. The book version will be published without editing and proofing. Great. Thank you. By a real human being. Very true. Thank you, Jen. A book on its own is a tree that falls in forest without anyone around to hear it. So how do you get people to hear it? All right. I would love to say this for the end of the webinar, but I'm so excited I can't wait. Yumi has been looking at your industry, Charlie, and the verticals within it, right? Where do accredited investors go? Where do people go to find this information, if they even know about it at all? They go to a group, they go to the water cooler of investments, whatever that would be. So what she's found for us are a bunch of places that you know some of these, and everybody knows some of these as well. They are where people go to learn about investing. Well, some people would talk to who? They would talk to their CPA. They would talk to their certified financial planner, their investment advisors. And you guys, not maybe you, Charlie, but a lot of them belong to associations, right? So
Right.
when you belong to an association, you generally have access to that entire community. So this is the magic piece right here. If you only remember one thing from this webinar, remember this. 99.9% of authors spend all this time writing their book, then they come out and market it. Do you want to buy my book? Do you want to buy my book? Do you want to buy my, oh my gosh, you get sick of it. You can only talk about your own book for what? A week on social media before they're sick of you? But what if you took these covers, the same survey we just did, and we talked to somebody else about that? What if we, I don't know, called up, emailed, and texted the advisor info at the SEC? Okay. What if we went to the Certified Financial Planner Association here and said, hey guys, I'm working on a book for investing in real estate. I'd like your opinion on this cover. I'd like your feedback on these chapter titles. What if you went to a CPA group, the American Institute for Certified Public Accountants, and said, man, my CPA talked about you guys. I'm working on a book I think it'd be important for some of his clients. I'd love to get your opinion on it. And you talk to their public relations, their C-suite folks, and just say, hey, I'd love to get your opinion on this cover, on this table of contents. And if you do that enough, talk to 10, 12, 20 groups, maybe you get responses from, I don't know, 2 of them, 3 of them. Who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You get feedback from either one of those groups. They generally represent a large number of people, a large community. And when you do that
100%.
early on, you're not selling your book anymore. What are you doing? You're saying, hey, Bob, thanks so much for your opinion on the book cover. Hey, you got any stories to back up this one title? I'm working this one chapter about the CCIM Institute, and I know you're a member. What can you say about that? What'd you get out of that? Oh, that's a great story. Can I use that in the book? Can I promote you in my book? We call this the Oprah effect. Take the spotlight off you and your brilliance. Put it on other people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
And when you do that once, twice, 3 times, doesn't matter, you're going to see a big shift in how this book comes out. No longer are you promoting your book because you're going to call up Bob. Hey, Bob. Oh, yeah. How's it going, Charlie? Yeah, I know you looked at my cover 6 months ago. You added me that one story. I use it in chapter 7 and 11. Thank you very much for that. I want to take a look at the book now because you're in it. I am? Yeah, you're in chapter 7 and 11. Let me send it to you. You call them up. How'd you like the book? Oh my gosh, this is great. Good stuff, clear, concise, to the point. Thanks for mentioning me. How can I get more copies? What? Oh, how many do you want? We'll do one for all of our CFPs here. 89,000 copies. It's a digital book. It may cost you a couple bucks, but you know, it's nothing for a big organization. For $2 a download, it's a quick 180 grand.
Yeah.
So somebody on this call wanted to know about giving away the $250,000. So there it is. Do not sell your book. invite people to collaborate before you write it. And over the months that you're working on it, or weeks, or don't do it in a day like this, but if you do it, take a week or two to do it, bring people into the conversation. When it comes out, you don't have to sell your book. They're just going to ask to buy it. They're going to help. They'll be on your launch team because you're talking about them. Oprah effect. Put the spotlight off of you onto other people. So Charlie,
Right. And then get them to share it on all their social media.
Yeah, they're going to want to, because it's about a great concept, and you're talking about their favorite topic, which is them. Right? It's important to really put it on a spotlight on other people. I can't stress that enough. But Charlie, look we've got over 2 million potential people here. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You interested in that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, for $25,000, I'll sell your own book we just wrote. Just joking. It's yours for free. But
right. All I need is 1,000. All I need is 1,000 investors.
Yeah, I know. And they obviously the Facebook one you mentioned earlier, not big on social media. You don't have to be, because you got a VA. So my instructions to her would be to go into these groups and do not promote your book. Go into these groups and do not promote your book. That is called spam. It's irritating. Hate that. No one wants to see. It's an awful thing to do. You get in those groups and you serve. You ask questions. You go in there and help people out. And slowly but surely, one person at a time. Well, thanks for the advice, Charlie. And what do? They click on your profile and they connect to you. That is where your book will live. That is where people will engage with you and say, wow, you made a lot of sense in that book. And you know, Janice recommended you. Oh, thank you let's hop on a call.
Yeah.
So to get to 1,000 people, we'll start with a million or so. And, you know, social media is powerful. So there's a big chunk of that. But don't forget these long tails. It takes time to develop a new relationship, especially somebody in the C-suite. But it's very easy to start. It's an email and a phone call. And you're not selling them anything. You're not irritating them. You're asking their opinion. Now, I'm sorry, guys. Who doesn't love to give their opinion? Everyone does. So ask it and use it. And you include them in your book. Good job, Yumi. Good job, Charlie. That's going to be an amazing, amazing outreach when you do that. Okay, now, Mr. Yamamoto is building a book website for you based on these graphics. So I'm going to show you these graphics while he's double checking that real quick. Let me pull them up for my downloads. I know Jay downloaded everything here for me on the blue cover. There we go here, three-dimensional blues. Okay, hold on a second. All right. Let me open these all up. Okay, so when it comes to creating your book, that's the great one. Hold on a second. I gotta get the blue one in just one moment. Thank you. Where is the blue one? There we go. Beautiful. Okay, check this out. Jay, I'm so impressed with the way this looks. When you create a cover, it is what people judge a book by. You have to, sorry, Grandma, people judge a book by its cover. So we got to make sure that we take that cover, that concept that's been vetted by your audience, and use it, right? So I used to have a lot of, digital marketing where I'd sell CDs when nobody buys CDs anymore. So we got to go digital. So your stress-free investing will be on Audible. I will create that for you, Charlie, this week, right? Obviously a digital version of iPad. You got a 3D version here. It always looks cool to have a big stack of books. If you ever have a course to go with it, a binder or something for taking notes or doing some homework, it's great to have that. And of course, with social media, there's a couple examples of what we do to create some social images for you. Here we gave some space to put in, hey, buy now, check it out, download for free, available on Twitter, whatever you're gonna do here. Obviously an image like this shows that, hey, this is a casual coffee time book to read. No worries, without worry, you can have a cup of coffee and learn to have some stress-free investing. Man, Jay, looks beautiful. I love the imagery, especially this was my favorite one. It looks really It looks like it's actually there, doesn't it? Because I know
Yeah.
it's done
Yeah,
digitally,
it's
but
super cool.
it's brilliant. So we've created more stuff, the book, press release, cover, social graphics. And now we're going to have Ken drop in to the website. Ken, go ahead and drop the website in, I don't know, I just put it in chat here and Zoom, and I'll pop it up on my screen, and then people can look it on their own if they like to, but go ahead, Ken, drop the chat in there. There we go. Stress-free investing, and I'll share my chat with that as well, or the screen rather. Blah, blah, blah. All right, for those of you on don't want to click on things, here you go. Introducing the #1 Amazon best-selling book, Stress-Free Investing, the ultimate guide to wealth without worry. You know why this works for me, guys? It's like that sing-song, when it rhymes, it just rolls off the tongue. So you don't have to do that in your book, but it's always nice. Obviously, we don't have this all set up yet, but this is the actual website. That is, again, it's yours free, Charlotte. I'm giving this to you for being on the call today. And we can obviously edit this, but yeah, it's got the great stuff. My team is so good at writing this stuff up. Look at this. Founder of Cordell Capital, 15 years experience, due diligence, expertise helping professionals. Great. You're not alone. This associates the person, makes them feel like they're not alone in something. That's great copy. Obviously, the book title there. It's all about this handsome man here, the man behind the book. Now, these obviously, the book is not out, so I know my team is good at, you know, a little Photoshop, having you know, John Astor talk about your book. It's not out yet. But when we do launch your book, we actually get real testimonials from real people. This is just to actually just show you what it'll look like on your website, right?
Yeah.
One more thing we do, these will actually be copy and pasted later on, is show them what's inside the book. Again, this is a placeholder image because we don't have time to go through your book, but we use placeholder images here of what's inside the book. Because when people look at this from a psychological perspective, let me just walk you through this. I don't know Charlie. I went to a Facebook portal. I got an email. What is this book thing? Oh, Stress-Free Investing. Do I want this? Oh, download the book now. Does it cost me anything? You know, I don't know. Download. I guess I can download for free. I could do that. But what if I'm like most people? I'm skeptical. I don't know. Oh, there's a little bit more here. What's this? He's a founder. Oh, 15 years. Oh, he's actually not making this stuff up. He's got some experience. All right. Oh, here he is. He looks like a nice guy. This is what's all right. That's pretty cool. All right. And it just builds their confidence that it's not some cheap, unexperienced person, right? Testimonial. Right. Oh, this is solid. Okay, I'm gonna get the book now. Oh, you know what? I'm not ready to get it yet. Let me scroll down some more. Oh, more testimonials. Oh, I got something free here. If I don't want to get the free book plus shipping, I might avoid this. That happens a lot. I might actually go in here and do what? I might skip over, I might close it out, or, ooh, I get a free copy. I might change this to a free download of a worksheet or something. If I'm not convinced yet, I go inside. And this is really magical stuff here. Where it's like power, specific, clear takeaways. What can you get out of this book? Well, on page 39, it's going to give you X. On page 41, you're going to get this. And when you're very specific about that, with the testimonials and this guy's bio, your clicks and your downloads will really just increase tremendously. So psychology to where these things are placed on your web page, and we can go through that obviously if you want to do this. 49 minutes.
Yeah, I just sent my VA a message on Slack. On Zoom chat. I said, this is blowing my mind right now, actually.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your volunteering today, and I love my team for wrapping this stuff up so quickly. I repeat myself a lot because I want to make sure everybody hears this, but this is a rapid creation to show you what we do. We don't normally take an hour to do this. We take weeks to do it. I wanted to compress this for you though. So instead of showing you and giving you case study after case study and testimonials on how great author your brand is, I figured I'd just show you. A lot of people look at that first conversation with Charlie and you might have been bored with that. My team was in the background, writing, taking notes, compiling his thoughts and ideas into a cohesive script for his website, for his book, for his press release. I got one last thing to show you, and then I'm gonna wrap this thing up, and we have time for questions, coincidentally. Once you've got a book and a press release, what do you do with it? You want to spend about 5 or 10 grand a month and hire a PR firm? That's for you, Charlie.
Say that one more time.
After you got a book done and a press release and a website, you want to spend about 5 or 10,000 a month on a public relations firm to help you get it out, the message out.
I'd rather not.
Okay, good answer. I've got to show you some software that we use to help people get their message out there without spending that kind of money. You still need someone to run this. This is not automation, right? So you got to do something here. But I'm going to show you real briefly what it could look like for you. There's a bunch of things you can do. You can pitch a journalist, or they can pitch you. There's 2 different versions here. If you're going to find journalists, you put in a keyword here like investing real estate. And what it will do is it will find journalists who are, look at the 21 people who are writing about this topic. Okay, 30 results. This is going to keep going up, I think. It scours the web and looks for journalists, actual journalists. Like this is Forbes here. This is not just some blog site. 49 results. This is just in the recent times here. But I'll go through here. I'll look at Forbes, these different ones here, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to go add them to a campaign. So I'll create a campaign and I'll email them with some pre-approved or AI/ introductions that actually read one of their articles. It reads their article so that when you email them, it's not a blind pitch. Say, hey man, I read the article on X, really good point. I've got a book coming out that really supports that. You want to take a look at it? You want to have a conversation? You want to talk about your next article? And you can do this every day for a few minutes versus a few hours. The second thing, which is equally exciting, is when journalists are looking for you, right? There's a couple sites out there that have people who are looking for content. These are called lazy journalists, right? They're like, how am I going to find someone to talk about investing? So do a pitch request. Look at this one, Charlie. What assets are recession proof? Hello.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We want to respond to her. We respond to all these. And you have a software set up to do this. And I can cover that at another time with you, but it cuts the outreach time to talk to journalists down by 90%. And equally important, your conversations they come with some intelligence. They're not just a blind spam. You don't want to ever do that because they'll all go in the trash. You got to actually show them that you've read their article. And the AI can actually do that for you. You can have a robot read it, and you can just reference it. And if they respond back, please read the article because they're going to know. But to get the email out, you can just quickly do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo, love my team. Now I'm going to wrap this up because we had time for questions, coincidentally. Oh, Yumi already did a social graphic. Nice one. She took the and made a meme for it. You know, Charlie, how much we love social media. Here's a quick meme my team made up. And she put a quote in there. Heston is a golden standard when it comes to money making. Yes, it is. With the right graphic design team and tools, you can craft these things and pop them out on a daily basis, or you and your team can certainly do that. Okay, so we've covered book cover. We covered the most important piece, building your audience before you write this book. We've covered press and media, getting out there. It's a lot to cover. I have 5 minutes for questions. If anyone wants to ask a question, please type it in the chat first because the mics will be really noisy. Everyone open the mics. But if you have any questions, put it in chat and I'll answer the next 3 minutes here. And then I'll close with how to work with us if you want to, or you can just leave. All right. I'm going to put this in my, I'll just share my screen for a minute, I guess. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy to ask questions. Happy to answer them. How long does the process normally take? Everything you just did. Great question, Hema. If it's just an ebook like this size, I would give ourselves about a week because we need proofing and layout and all that. The audible book, if we use the right narrator, another week or two. publishing. So get less than a month. I would say in under a month, you can become a best-selling author, be in the media, Audible, print, website, everything. Okay. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. Any other questions? Yeah, a month from inception, right? Now I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to do for some of the people on this call. I'll get to it right now. You just keep asking questions, but what's next for you, right? Tina wants to know, how do we work with you? Well, I'm going to tell you, Tina, right now. I'll get right to that. First of all, if you enjoyed this today, great. If you want to have a book done and be thinking about it, I would love to have a conversation with you. I am launching a beta program, right? An author of impact. It is not a done for you. It is not a do it yourself. It's right down the middle. It's a done with you program. We're going to have a lot of done for you services in this, what you saw today. I've got PR for you, obviously. I've got TV movie connections, which one person on this call, I won't mention his name now, we're working on a movie deal with him because he's got potential for that. Free publishing for you. You don't have to go to a publisher. We have a publishing company. You can publish your book for free and you keep all the royalties. We have sales support. We have TEDx Talk database for you and a blueprint you're all getting today. I'm going to email it to you. We have so much stuff for you. I got 14 years of experience in this, getting you on podcasts, getting in front of 100,000 plus potential buyers. It's fully explained on a one-on-one, no pressure conversation. Take about 20 minutes and go through what author of impact means to you. And the done with you program, I'm only going to have 12 people in this. And here's why. It's not false scarcity. It is something we've been looking at for years, right? We have been charging upwards of $50,000 to $60,000 to create a book and a platform for our VIP clients. And we do everything for them, everything. All they do is talk to journalists, we do the rest. But that is unaffordable to a lot of people. So we're launching this done with you program where you and I work together and getting all this stuff built, okay? And it's gonna be like 95% less than that. It's gonna be very accessible for anybody. Anybody can do this. You've got to have a call with me because we do want to talk about your idea and gel some big organizations that we could involve in this process so you can look at talking to 100,000, 500,000 people about your book idea, okay? So all I'm going to suggest you do right now before you leave the call is click on dougcrow.link/author and book a call with me, okay? Just book a call. Charlie, you almost don't need it because we did most of it today, man.
I know it.
We'll talk about it. Thank you, sir. I have 12 people I want to work with the next 30 days to go through your book, help you do all the stuff. I'm going to have you do some of the work, and we're going to do the heavy. We're going to do the hard stuff for you. All right.
Yeah, I just sent Doug a message saying, "Hey, dude, I would be interested in that. I almost feel bad getting this and not paying you something for it." To you.
Oh, that's right. It's private. It's a private chat. I didn't see that. Everyone meeting. Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, Charlie. It's fine, man. I want to just close on this, so people. It's important for you to understand that this is something we've been doing for 14 years. You saw how fast and how good my team is. We've only done it in a long process, 9 months. The 30-day process, thanks to a little bit of AI technology, combined with some brilliant people, we can crank these things out in an ebook manner, not the big books. The big books I would never do ever with all along with too much automation. There's too many. I need to explain this. A short read can be consumed in what? 15 minutes. No problem. I can hold your attention for 15 minutes with Gretchen's brilliance, a little bit of AI, and all done, right? If I hold your attention for 4 hours in a book, do you think a robot can do that? No. I need someone who can craft and weave the hero's journey, who can put cliffhangers in the book, who can make it interesting and compelling and a page turner. That must be done by a human being so far. So the big version, 9 months, different system altogether. What we're going to focus on with these first 12 people is rapidly creating an ebook, building you a website, getting the media, and getting you a database of over 100,000 people to get you going. Okay, so I'm going to take about probably, I don't know, 20 conversations, 25, whatever, And the first 12 people that say, yeah, I'm in, it's gonna be around $5 grand. I'm gonna just tell you what it is, right? It's gonna be done with you. It's gonna be exciting. And because you're a charter member, you know what that means. We're gonna work our butts off to make sure you're successful. Because what I'm gonna do months later, when I charge 10 or 12 for this, I gotta feature some examples. And I'm gonna use Charlie's example. I'm gonna use your guys' examples in our marketing. So yeah, it's gonna be probably 10, 12 grand when we're launching it this summer. But for right now, the first 12 people, it's 5, okay? I'll break it up in payments if you need it, charge a little more for that, but it's gonna be very accessible. It's gonna be fun. And I guarantee you, best-selling author status, Audible book, press release, website, 30 days, piece of cake. If you like that, book a call. I'm at 1:04. 61 minutes on this webinar. Thank you, team. Stick around for 2 minutes so we can debrief. And I appreciate you guys. Any questions? I'll stay on. The rest of you have a great day. And I'll put this in the chat so people can just click on it if they're going to hang around and ask questions. So
I'll see you Thursday, Doug. I already booked mine.
you got it, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.